going live. Um, just having a rough morning. Uh, trying to just, I guess, figure it out. Figure it out by talking on here. You know, seeing different people or what I'm saying, answering questions or whatever. I'm just trying to, let off some steam. So you'll see my face and I'll just talk. First and foremost, like I said, good morning. I am Tiki Jenkins. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment. Saying shout out to that one uh, person on my live. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Just trying to get through the day, start my day off right. I usually start off with praying, praying for myself and my kids and everything. And it's just the devil's busy today, man. I'm just having a rough morning, but I'll pull myself through and get it together. But I can't complain. Sometimes complaining doesn't help. But I am a realist at the same time, and it's a cliche to say, hey, like it's gonna be a great day, but things are really looking crazy, like crazy for me. I have an autistic son, and coming up how I come up, what I mean. I'm originally from New York. And just seeing how things will move the way they move, what I mean? It's just it's different. It's a different approach. It's a different stand as a parent, what I mean? And then I have a younger child as well. And it's hard, man, being a single father, man. It's hard having the perspective of everything's gonna be fine when, you was always taught to take care of yourself and show no weakness or show no pride, or I mean no pride, but like show any weakness towards the situation. And sometimes it gets the better of me, because I am such like a prideful man type of individual. It's hard for me to ask for help, and I'm not asking for help because me doing this helps me. It helps somebody else, but it's helping me. Reason why the caption is what it is today. So I'm just ranting and talking, and I'm not really spitting no nonsense. Shout out to the 3 people on my live. If you could just share this, show some love. You feel me? Sub to the channel if you haven't been subscribed to the channel yet. But I'm going to keep on going. And like I'm not a negative person. Naturally, I'm an optimistic, very outspoken, well-rounded person. But I have my days where I'm low on energy. So I just pray a lot. I dance when I can. Sometimes when I dance when I'm frustrated, but it's all right. Um, okay, you can tell me. Well, it's not me crying. You know what I mean? I do that in my own wits and bouts because that is personal for me, not to the world. I don't think you give everything of yourself to the world. You give yourself to those who are around you and those who love you. You know what I mean? And shout out to the 7 people on my live. But I appreciate the love and I appreciate the space. What I'm saying, for someone to care enough to tell me it's okay to cry. But I just think about other things than releasing that because, like I said, to me it's personal when you cry in front of everybody or when exert your certain emotions that you usually don't show everybody. It's like that's made for you to do, not for everybody else to say, hey, like this guy's crying, and what I'm saying? So please forgive my ignorance if it does sound a little ignorant, but like I said, that's just how I was raised. But at the end of the day, I'm a father. At the end of the day, I'm an influencer. At the end of the day, I'm oh no, I'm not filming from prison. I'm in my apartment, bro. I have a whole refrigerator. In prison, they don't have refrigerators. like they don't have. Yeah, I'm not in prison, bro. I'm just in one spot. I don't like to really move around too much. I like to stand and just talk. That's just how I am. But yeah, it's just no. I mean, I know there's nothing wrong with a grown man crying. No, it's whatsoever. It's just more so that's just it's healthy, but it's for me not to do it on camera. Like I'm not going to do that on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand that wholeheartedly. Oh, shout out to Nancy from Texas. That's dope. That's dope. And good morning to you. And okay, Little Leaf. That's okay. I don't know how to respond to that, but all right. But I'm just here to clear my thoughts, get my thoughts together. Other than that, I'm still gonna have a prosperous day. Go for a walk with my son at the park, and just try to like clear my mind, man, because everybody has different ways of like getting their self together or regrouping or what I'm saying, just catching themselves and say, all right, how do we plan out for the rest of the day? How do we move forward for the rest of the day? And that's what I do. I just regroup. I have my moment. I yell, I scream, I stomp, I might dance, I might go for a run. But if I have my son, I really don't do that. I try to like see the positive by looking at him, and just trying to get myself together, claim my thoughts, claim what I want, manifest what I want, speak good things. Just sometimes in life it happens that things will not go my way, not all the time, and not most of the time, and that's okay. You know, sometimes it's hard to say that and understand that, but it is okay. So I just try to like not let things get the better of me. If I do, then okay. If I don't, then move forward. You know, give it to God because what I'm saying, He ain't gonna put nothing on you that you're not gonna be able to bear. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's how my outlook is. Sometimes I do get ahead of myself with my emotions. Oh, you planning on going for a walk? Oh, that's good. That's good. Get the blood circulating. Breakfast is the best part of the morning, Nancy. It is the best part and the biggest part of your day to start it off right. I usually just eat some cereal here and there. I'm not really a big breakfast person unless I'm going to a fancy restaurant. Not a fancy restaurant, but a nice breakfast spot. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to, figure it out. And I know everybody's like that. I believe everybody in the world is going through a phase where they're just figuring it out. I just don't like going through that phase because it's like, what am I really doing? What am I like? What is my purpose? Sometimes you have to wake up and say, man, what is my purpose? And I ask myself that every day because I have, like I said on my last live, I'm trying to pull myself in different directions that I believe is good or beneficial for me, and sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes that doesn't work out because I'm pulling myself but so far. I'm pulling myself to be one thing when my heart and my mind is telling me to go another way, and sometimes it just turns out that way. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful. At the end of the day, I'm happy. At the end of the day, I'm thankful for a lot of things. It's just when I want things right now, it's just it's a natural human reaction to want things that you want right now. And shout out to the 5 people that's on my live. Just go ahead and share this live if you can. Show love, comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm always open to feedback on anything. If you have a particular topic you want to talk about, I have no problem talking about that. Like I said in the caption, it's basically just talking and ranting, or ranting as I talk today. So if you got anything you want to say, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm always welcome to it. But nah, my day is going to consist of planning. My day is going to consist of being present in the now instead of being frustrated about the past. It's just it's like a merry-go-round. It's like you don't know when you're going to get off of it when you get dizzy. You don't know when you want to stop feeling the how can I say, the like just going in circle because that's what life is. You're going through a circle or a cycle or a period in your life where it's like, all right, either I got it or I don't. Either I am or I will. And either I can't or I just won't. Or I can or I decide not to. Just the different various of things that goes through my mind every day. And I'm an overthinker naturally, because I want what's best for me. I want what's best for those around me. I love those who love me, you know, and what I choose to do is to be the best part of me that I possibly can. I'm not naturally a negative person. It's really, to me, it's really odd to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Scripture say we should cast our care onto the Lord. Amen to that. I agree. I agree tenfold on that. I agree tenfold on that. Well, don't see, but I have to be me, right? The only thing I see about that, Nancy, right, is that I said this to myself this morning, which is weird that you brought this particular scripture or this particular thing on here. I truly believe if I'm working towards something, I manifest something, I'm telling God, hey, I'm telling the Lord, hey, this is what I want. So now I'm going to put foot to pavement to meet you halfway, or at least the majority of the way, and then my blessing comes, or then I can cast out this frustration or my cares or whatever to you, because now I'm in a fork in the road and I don't know what to do. So I always believe, just like how we work every day to make a living, to put money in our pockets, food on the table, clothes on our back. I believe in that, of meeting the Lord halfway when I want my blessing, or if I'm pushing towards something that I know is not in no malicious ill intent, is with grace, is with, what I'm saying, with pride, joy. There's no malice in my intentions of being what I want to be. So I really like that you said that, really, and I will do that. I just believe that if I do it right and I meet him the majority of the way, or either the way it goes, then my blessing shall fall with no question, no ask, without me asking. And if I do ask for it, of course I'm going to ask for it, and I have no problem working towards receiving that blessing. But that's just my take on it. But overall, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. I just woke up in a cranky mood, all because, like I said, I'm an overthinker. So I tend to think about all the bad that I have not conquered, or all the mistakes I've made. But I have to learn to give it to God. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I have similar issues with that as well. The only thing that gets me over that hump in particular, Nancy, is that I I know when to just be like, all right, like, just surrender to it. Like, I'm not too big to say, hey, I know I can't do this. But if I'm putting foot to pavement, tooth and nail, crossing my I's and T's, and then I can't do it, then all right, I already, right then and there, I surrender and I ask God to handle it for me as best I can before I lose my mind, right? And I think that's everybody. That's everybody that has a breaking point. My breaking point, it only comes when I don't think I'm fully prepared. Or if I'm prepared and nothing happens, because me being overly prepared to me, is, I guess, is futile to somebody. And shout out to the 4 people that's on my live. Shout out to those who came and went. I hope you come back. Just to come back to this conversation. But other than that, we're just gonna keep on rolling. But I'm just fortunate. I'm fortunate, but I have my ways of saying that I'm ungrateful too, and I'm working on that. I'm working on breaking those they're not virtues. I guess those habits of not giving myself enough grace, not giving myself enough credit, and not telling myself, hey, you have worked towards this. It's not your fault. Things just happen. But I'm not that type of person. If I work hard for something, I honestly believe I deserve everything that comes with me working hard for it. Not, oh, you win some, you lose some. Like, to me, it's like, no, it's not I win some, I lose some. I win because I worked for it. I win because I choose to. I win because I've dedicated and professed and manifest what I want. So I deserve it. But when that doesn't happen, that teaches you life lessons that you got to take losses in order to get gains. You gotta know how it feels to lose in order to win. You got to learn how to make mistakes in order to conquer those mistakes and conquer all things that's beyond your control. Because you've been in this position before. You know that you can be more than what you're saying and what you're claiming to be, but it's just um it's just a process. And sometimes I'm never comfortable with the process. Nobody is. Another problem I have is worrying about what other people say about me if I say no. I worry about what other people say about me in general, Nancy. But I never have that problem with saying no. Like if I say no, then I say no. You know what I'm saying? Now I will start to think like, it's not gonna bite me in the butt. But I'm like, nah. If it's within reason, it's beyond if it's beyond me or beyond what I can do for that person, then I have no problem saying no because it's literally beyond me and it's beyond what I can do for that person or what I could do hell even for myself. For one, I'm sorry that that's like a problem for you. I hope, and I mean I'm gonna pray for you that that doesn't be a problem. Like nobody wants to be be held accountable for something that they cannot do for another person, especially if it's beyond their control. So you know what I mean? That's interesting. I've been in plenty of situations like that, but not because of I say no. It's more so if I just can't do it. If I can't do it, then I can't do it. So I learned that the hard way. So I hope you know what I'm saying. You pray for something, or you pray that God can pull that away from you. I wouldn't want nobody to worry about if they can't help me. If they tell me no, I won't never want nobody to be like that. But I'm naturally an empathetic individual, so I'm gonna empathize with that person regardless. You know what I'm saying? Someone called me mean if I was saying no to people that want to take advantage of me. Then that person either they might be claiming as your friend or somebody that is a acquaintance, and honestly you really shouldn't listen to them because they shouldn't be telling you saying that you're mean because you told somebody no that's willing to take advantage of you and that they know they're taking advantage of you. Now that's just wrong. So the person might be the person that's trying to take advantage of you too. They're saying that you're mean because you're saying no finally to other people. That's ridiculous. No, I think you should just be able to tell people no, and it is what it is. As long as it's not a detriment to them and a detriment to yourself, then you both can walk away and try to find options or solutions. So that person's doing everything to get my attention. Well, then you just evade them by not involving yourself with them. Or this is my approach. It's just like fear. You fear something, you go run towards the fear, and you handle it right then and there. But like I said, I can't put yourself in my shoes and vice versa. All I could advise you to do is just either, what I'm saying, tell the lady out front like this is who you are. Either they can accept it or not accept it. Once you really tell people who you are and what's your stance on it, that's the person's choice who's either trying to utilize you or do. Oh, she wants to be my friend. Oh, she wants to be your friend. Well, I mean, you have to check out to see if she has any ill intentions against you. If this is the same person that you said that you're mean, but if not, then if this is a new person, and you just you get a feel for them, and you just don't put all your cards in your hands to give them. You could put blanks, put blank cards. Like if you have 5 cards, and like you're playing spades or something, those those cards that you think like as in like, all right, me being nice to a person's a card. Me wanting to show generosity is a card, or me showing them my dog is a card. One of those cards can be blank, where you can hand them and say, "Hey, this is a blank space. Open it." Oh, but her intentions are bad. Well, then you shouldn't be talking to her. And that's just point blank period. If she has bad intentions for you and your future and everything else, then you shouldn't really affiliate with her. You should keep much a decent safe distance. If she's your neighbor, be cordial, but don't brush her off, because then she's gonna be more pestering to you, more pestering, because she wants that companionship or she sees what you have. But like I said, I don't know all the details, so I can't speak on something like that. But what I can say from experience is that if somebody that you believe truly has no good good intent for you and your well-being, then you should stay away from them. Be cordial, but be aware of what the type of person they are. That's the best advice I can give you on that one, Nancy. Sit this here. But um, but yeah, I just hope and pray that today will get better for me and mine. Because sometimes it gets a little bit bad, and sometimes it can get better. But I don't. I try not to think. Drop a bottle cap. I try not to think so crazy. She told the landlord that I'm not a nice person. Well, then now you should try and take some legal affairs against her. If she's saying to your landlord who, saying collects your money regularly, she shouldn't even be doing stuff like that. That's pretty spiteful. It's not right. That's not right at all. And hopefully, you know, things you and her and the landlord or something could be patched up because that's messing with your livelihood. That's not right at all. No, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. I don't think nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to be perceived as or given the notion of perspective that they're a bad person. Because everybody in life had bad things in their life. Not allowed wants me gone before my lease is up in 2 months. Wow. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Have you said anything to the person, or have you reached out to the landlord and expressed your situation, or what's going on with you and that person? And if so, then you need to take it to the courts and tell them exactly what's going on, because that's not to me that's not fair. But like I said, I don't know the full scope of the situation, and I can't speak on something I don't know. But other than that, God is good all the time. I just I just hope things get better for everybody. You know, we live in some tough times right now. We live in some days where things is just like never going to be easy. But if you take the time to push yourself and know your worth and everything, then you'll be able to move forward. And that's the best I can say. Shout out to the 3 people on my live. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my content. I dance and I do music as well. I'm just right now I'm just having a rant, just talking with people, whoever's on the live. The landlord wants to buy me out of the lease, and I'll decline her offer. Well, if she wants to buy you out of the lease, then but if you decline the offer, that means the offer wasn't that great. And if you're saying that she wants you out in 2 months, then that means I don't know what that means really. If she wants you gone in 2 months, but then she tried to buy you out and you decline the offer, what other options can he or she can give you? Here's the thing: I'm the only African American woman in the entire neighborhood. Oh, you're dealing with a lot of gentrification stuff. You're dealing with gentrification like I don't know what. That's crazy. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Have you been living there for a long time? Do you know if they're doing any new construction or anything, or they're just trying to make it all predominantly what it is, predominantly white? Or wow. Well, this is what I can say, Nancy, and is that if you've been living there for a long time, you know, like most people, they just moved to the house 9 months ago. Okay, well then, I think that's just that has to be a race thing. Really, if all your neighbors are white and you're the only African American there, then they might just want to be predominantly white. And I mean, either you can go downtown and try and press the issue of why it's like that, or find somewhere else to go, or don't go. But if they telling you got to be out of there in 2 months, then what can you really do? All you can do is go to have some legal affairs, uh, you know, happen on your behalf, and then you move forward from there. Because people are going to do what they want to do regardless. Landlord, your neighbor, other neighbors, they're going to do what they want to do regardless. So that is going to be a hard pill for you to swallow. It's going to be a tough decision to make. And like I said, I'm just a YouTuber, so I can't really give you advice, you know what I mean? But all I can say is, for 2020, I already found another apartment in Dallas. Okay, well then that's great. That's great. That's great. I mean, as long as hopefully you can move out before your 2 months and then just be cool, or stay your 2 months, have yourself your other apartment, and then do it that way. But either way, if you found your apartment, then that's awesome. That's amazing. But yep, I think that's dope. You got me a lawyer ready. That's even better. It's good. See you making strides. That's really good. You're making strides. And that's the great thing about, saying, taking the initiative to do things, to make things a positive outcome. And just all that stuff that you were saying about your neighbors and everything, those were negative things. And now the positive outcome is that you found an apartment. You found, saying, some type of stability for yourself where you don't have to deal with all that stuff. So I'm happy for you. And you're taking the initiative to get that handled, because who wants to live like that? Nobody wants to live like that. So you're getting a lot of things accomplished within just those few steps. So I'm happy for you. Very happy for you. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, but it's pretty. It's gonna be a great day. Great day. You can't complain too much. I'm just gonna be dropping new content all day. I might go live a little bit later on today too. I said I was gonna go live like at least 3 or 4 times a week. That's the plan. And go 3 or 4 times a week. Try and build this up, because this live thing really kind of helps in many ways. Because I see me, but what I'm saying, I don't see y'all, and y'all don't. What I mean, y'all see me, but I'm not in y'all face. You know what I mean? Thanks for taking the time out and bringing us the last week. Well, I appreciate you for, rocking with me for this duration of time that I've been on this live. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I honestly wasn't going to go live, but I clearly said on Saturday when I went my very first live, I've been trying to be more disciplined and do these, because, you know what I mean? I want to be a solid YouTuber, and I want to be able to do certain things. Well, thank you for subscribing, Nancy. I really appreciate that. Much, much, much love for that. So it's just, I'm just trying to put a name to the face, you know what I'm saying? And, build a platform, build from this platform, build my own brand, and try and let people know that, I'm here to stay. But I do have my moments. I do have my times of going through rough patches and stuff like that. And to bring it to the forefront, I'm not afraid to, because I have nothing to hide, you know? So me talking about my feelings is totally fine. It's just it's whoever you allow in. And I don't allow too many people in, but being on YouTube, you're letting a lot of people in. You know what I mean? You're letting a lot of people in. And I'm cool with that, because, what I'm saying, living the life I live, really, it's thank you. I appreciate that, Nancy. I can't see you, but you are a beautiful person as well. Beautiful young lady yourself. But it's just you just gotta be able to accept the things you can't change, build the stuff that you are willing to change, and then when you are finished, you show the end product to the people. You show them what you are made of. You show them what you are compatible and capable of. Because as the Joker said, aka Heath Ledger, God rest her dead. You know what I'm saying? When you're good at something, you never do it for free because you know nothing in life is free. I mean, that's what we've been told all our lives. I've been told that all my life. Nothing in life is free. So get over it. but I plan to just do bigger and better things because that's what I want. That's what I'm putting out to the atmosphere of this world. I want, because I want a better life for my kids. I want a better life for myself. I want a better life for those around me. And it's kind of hard to like not want that or to sit on my behind and not put that out or produce that out. I just turned 55 on the 26th of October. Wow. You know what? That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. I have a cousin that has the same birthday. I believe he just turned 28. That's crazy. Life is beautiful. Life is very beautiful. I'm grateful that you are on this precious earth for 55 years and it'll be 55 plus more. I don't know how you feel about that statement, but I believe that everybody wants to be alive long enough to see the new generation or the generation that they came up in to flourish and do more and be more. So I'm like I said, Nancy, I'm very grateful you turned 55, and I hope you live beautifully, longevity, blessings and pieces and everything, because everybody needs it, and certainly you need it yourself. And everybody is entitled to it. We didn't just come here on accident. We didn't come here on purpose because we had parents that said, "Hey, I want to manifest kids," and just so happened everybody that's on this planet is on this planet for a reason. It just so happened trauma and things that have came in our lives have made us very misplaced and misguided. And even I'm speaking for myself. I already know. I came where I came from. I know I was misguided. I know I was misguided. I mean, because yeah, I had great parents and everything. I had, great parents and everything. But it just, I still had to learn on my own. I still had to make scrapes and bruises and scratches for myself in order for me to understand, like, oh, that hurts. Oh, I should not scrape my knee like that, where clearly I could have used this way to do it, you know? And that's in all things of life. So I moved to Texas 2 years ago. This is well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, as you should. Nobody wants to be alone, especially if you had offsprings, and then your offsprings has an offspring. I think you want to be close to that offspring and do what is necessary for your child and your grandchild. I think that's dope. It's real dope. I hope I am alive long enough to see my kids have kids. I'm 34, so I don't look it, but I'm 34 years old, and I got two boys and a daughter, and I hope and pray that I live long as you, and to see them grow up and have kids, and like that'll be a brain fart to me. I'll be like, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to you for that. That's dope. That's really dope. And shout out to the three people on my live. If you freshly on here, you know what I mean, say what's up. If you know what I'm saying, if you just want to peek your head in and see what's so good about this 33-minute conversation, you know what I'm saying? Once I get off, you can watch it from top to bottom. And but the topic is the topic, you know what I mean? I'm just ranting and talking and just going about it. Providence, Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Rhode Island is it really small? Is that really a small? I don't know. Between Delaware, Maine, and Rhode Island, I think those are like some three smallest states in the United States. Unless I'm, you know what I'm saying, unless I'm mistaken, but those are some small little states. Like Rhode Island, I definitely don't have more than like a million people. Like I gotta have like under half a million. Like like at least 500,000 people, maybe if that. But okay, it is okay. I was like, yo, like I've made my travels to New York and breezed through Delaware. Maine is further up, and I believe, but I think they're all in the same, like Rhode Island, Maine, and all of them are like in the same area, which is weird for me to say. It's make it seem like it's on the strip, but it's not. It's really further up. But that's interesting. That's very interesting. I've never really met anybody from Rhode Island, so for me to even know somebody on my live that's from there is really cool. And then you confirm that it is a small place. Like it's even more dope. I mean, even more cool. So that's really cool. But it's very cold in Rhode Island this time of year. Yeah, yeah. That's why I moved away from New York City. I moved down here to North Carolina. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't even. I like the cold here, but the cold in New York is so disrespectful because you still have to work in the cold. Here, if things freeze hell over, then you don't go to work. You don't go to school. There's people that literally say I'm not going to work because I can't drive in the ice. You know what I mean? People in New York drive in black ice all the time. You know what I mean? People in New York walk on those same streets just to get to where they go. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, but I don't miss the cold weather. I don't either. I don't miss the cold weather. I don't miss the blackouts. You still got to go to school if they have a blackout. You still got to go to work if there's a blackout. If you have a blackout, it takes almost maybe 2 to 3 weeks for you to even get any type of service. So yeah, I don't miss none of that. Anything in the north, I don't miss. Only thing I miss in the north that I wish I had all the abundance of money for was their clothing and their food. Like, there's amazing food in the north, but that living situation out there, nah, that's dead. I'm not doing it. That's crazy. I feel no, no, but you know, it's just you take it as you go. You take things you take things in strides. Yeah, that was my son that ran up on me. But I'm sorry, I got distracted. But I just I don't know. If I wanted to go somewhere, really, if I wanted to like travel like for real, I would either stay in Texas or I would stay in LA. Even though those two states in particular, well, yeah, California, LA is a city. California, right? I couldn't find an apartment, and I thought they would have more apartments and houses out in Rhode Island. Honestly, yeah, I definitely thought they would have more apartments and houses because it's like the north and everything's on top of everything. So I would think they would have more apartments and houses. But I would love to go to Texas or California just because of what I do professionally or what I'm building towards to do professionally. Those two places have a high market, like a high market in a lot of things that I'm trying to do. And there's a lot of scenic things. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here in North Carolina too, but it is what it is. I got a 1 bedroom apartment and one more when I moved to Fort Worth, Texas. So, Fort Worth, Texas, that's a small city too, or like how big is it? I mean, I don't. It sounds like it's a small place, really. But and then do you pay a lot of money for your 1 bedroom apartment out there, or how does that go? But but yeah, but see, I wouldn't move to Fort Worth though. I would move to either Dallas or Austin. I love Austin because they have South by Southwest, and as I said before, since I'm a content creator, I dance and I do music, and South by Southwest is a very, very good way of getting your music out there if you're an independent artist. So, and I went there before in 2014. I'm gonna post a picture on my YouTube so everybody can see it. But I went there in 2014 to do some music out there with a friend, close friend of mine, and he's currently living out that way, and he lives in Houston. So we made a 4 hour trip. Well, when we went there, we was coming from North Carolina, and we was in college when that happened, and We got a rental, drove 4 hours from Houston to Austin, which was mind blowing that it was 4 hours away. That's crazy. But you know what I'm saying, it happened. And I learned a lot about being in Texas. Like Texas is really its own little continent for real. Like the taxes is pretty solid. You ain't gotta do nothing too crazy. Cause like I said, like Texas is its own continent for real. Like if it could separate from everything else and branch into a island peninsula type of vibe like Hawaii, I'm telling you, I think Texas would do just fine. Cause they don't. I mean, Texas don't allow a lot of crazy stuff. My one bedroom apartment is small but cozy for only $700 with all utilities included. Get out of town. Depending on how small it is, $700. That's shoot. That's amazing. They used to have that here in North Carolina 5 or 6 years ago, but since inflation is high and all they make is houses out here, they don't make a lot of. They make apartments, but it's to cater to college kids and stuff like that, and they're even charging them out the grip. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there, because my space is 1,100 and it's for a one bedroom. But the apartment is quiet residential. Okay, okay, that's really nice for Fort Worth. In Fort Worth, Texas, I mean, remember that. If I even think about moving to Texas for real, that'll be something. That'll be something to behold. But yeah, yeah, I'm starting to have a better perspective on everything, you know. And I appreciate you, Nancy, for like sticking it out with me through the whole 41 minutes of my rant and everything. I honestly, I didn't forget why I got on here and I was upset, but I kind of calmed down and thought about, what I'm saying, all the things that I was feeling before, and everything's like coming very steady. There are too many laws in Texas. Yes, there are. And if you're from the north and you're not used to that, you get in a lot of trouble. And I'm from the north, so I know I would get in a lot of trouble with little stuff. Not like gun laws and all that, because you're allowed to carry open carry in Texas, especially if you got paperwork. But if you shoot somebody in Texas, you better have all your X's and O's and T's and not Y's and whatnots crossed, because they will throw you under the jail. Like, what? I think that's the only place that still have like, not the only place. I think that's one of the main states that have the death penalty and all that. Playing loud music is a big no-no in Texas. What? In Fort Worth or just Texas general? Cause you take your tail to Houston. Yeah, I highly doubt that. So it has to be just Fort Worth. I hope so. Cause that's crazy. All these music artists out here playing their music everywhere, but they know where to go though. So, but that's interesting. I didn't know they had a noise compliance thing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was their thing. Yeah, okay, only in Fort Worth. Okay, oh, like if that's everywhere, I mean, because you said their laws, they have too many laws, but I'm like, I mean, because not every law applies to. Well, yeah, not every law applies to certain cities. But if it's state law, then yeah, if it's state law, then that's different. But it's like certain laws don't apply to certain places that you go. That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. See, now you made me want to kind of do my homework on Fort Worth just to see what they really talking about. Neighbors can't disturb other neighbors with loud music. Now, is that if you have a house, or is that more so apartment? Now, if that's apartment, that's understandable. That's noise compliance, like what I'm saying. But you can't make a lot of noise. See, in North Carolina, you can't make a lot of noise after a certain time. During the day, it don't really matter. It's during the day because everybody's alive, awake, awoke, and everything. Nobody's trying to get no sleep. Unless you work overnight, then you just have to suck that up for what it is. But if it's within the noise compliance of the times, then they can't say nothing. You can call the police all you want to. It's in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like anything is being abused, drugs or anything like that. Now that's call the police. They'll have their PC or whatever, and blah blah blah. I'm talking about in the neighborhood. Oh, okay. So when my son watches Blippy so much, I'm hip to all the songs. Just about going to the zoo. Won't you like to come to? My son looking at me like, "What are you doing, Daddy? What are you doing?" I thought she was on the phone. You is the place to be. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I gotta stop. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and start my day. I am gonna take my son outside. We're gonna go for a run, a walk, all that, and just enjoy life. And I'm gonna try and enjoy the rest of the day. Get ready for my other son to come back or later on the day. My daughter wants to move to Dallas in 2020. So is your daughter? So wants you to move to Dallas. Okay, 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 okay. That makes sense. Okay, I was my daughter lives in Dallas. Okay, okay. I was like, huh? But okay, cool, 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 cool. Well, make that move. Make that move. Especially if your daughter wants you to come. Mom, I realize about daughters and moms. Moms and daughters, I think they have a way better relationship than like how sons are with their fathers. The ones that, of course, are around and everything. I just think there's like a more deeper connection with young ladies and their mothers than it is with young men and their fathers. I mean, like I said, minus the stigma of fathers not being around. I'm talking about the ones that are actively in their kids' life. I just find it interesting. But I think that's really cool. I hope you have a swift, adjustment of moving down there. There'll be no problems, no regulations that's against you or anything. I hope everything is very swift. I hope you get a home that is way suitable. That's that's within your needs and everything. But as I was saying before, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the live. I gotta tend to my daily things, tend to my son because it's just what I have to do as a man and as his dad while he's home with me. But everybody, I hope you watch this, we watch this live, share the live, and you know what I'm saying. I'll be dropping content for the majority of the day. Go on live later on after I take care of my daddy duties and needs for my kid, and just my daily thing. And Nancy, shout out to Nancy for just being on the live with me for this whole duration of time. And I appreciate it. And y'all have a blessed day and trust yourself, love yourself, and build. Yeah. And you too, Nancy. Enjoy your day.